NMIXX made their debut yesterday, and I have some thoughts. In this video I'll be going through the song production, the music video, and just generally trying to figure out what happened here. All the criticism is directed at JYP Entertainment, not the girls themselves. Okay, let's start. The title track "Oh" was created by the Hub producers, and apparently there's like 10 of them, which would somewhat explain the confusion throughout the song. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend I know anything about song production, but should there be so many of them? Lol. Anyway, it's obvious what they were trying to go for, and it's even more obvious it didn't work. The producers were basically just throwing a bunch of things together and seeing what sticks. The structure is horrible, and in the end, they threw so many sounds at the listener that nothing ended up sticking. I could listen to this song like 30 times in a row and still come out of it not remembering a certain melody, cause it's just too much. Oh, sounds like a mashup of every 4th gen song. It doesn't have its own sound and ends up borrowing lots of element from other songs and sewing it together. Don't get me wrong, hardly anything is original nowadays. There's an oversaturation in the music industry, so obviously different sounds and melodies are gonna overlap. But when it overlaps this much, it starts looking lazy on the producer's part. The whole debut lacks personality, and because of that, it doesn't further my interest in them. The girl who starts off the song has a very high pitchy voice, which immediately puts me off. The first verse was actually good. I liked her voice, and it was doing a good job at setting the tone for the rest of the song. The pre-chorus was solid, and we got to hear some vocals, but then that horrifying chorus happens. It immediately disrupts any continuity the song had. It is the epitome of a loud, messy chorus, just very disjointed. This is where the first major transition happens, and we are introduced to the best part of the song. I think we can all agree, it followed an actual melody, gave us some layers, and the great vocals stood out. "Let me be your superhero" line sounded really nice. It did sound like an ITZY song, something off the Not Shy album, but still I think this is the concept that suits them the best. It's very aligned with their vocal style, but of course it was short-lived because we are yet again thrown into a horrible transition to a more underwhelming part. But that last part was actually fine to me. Something better could have definitely been done with it, if it was the sole focus of the producers, and not just another layer of insanity to this song. Altogether, Oh was a wasted opportunity. It felt like a very dismembered song, and I wish they just focused on one sound, and saved the other two for the album. It doesn't take a genius to see that the music video is very inspired by Luna, and there are also some shots closely resembling ATEEZ's music video. Even with the plagiarism accusations aside, I didn't like it. It doesn't feel like a music video, more like a long teaser for some action movie plus them dancing. It barely had any close-up shots of the girls, and no one ended up standing out. This is a personal thing, but I wasn't a huge fan of the color palette either. I'm sorry to say this, but Tank isn't much better. I guess I appreciate sticking to one sound after hearing Oh, but being better than Oh doesn't make it good, you know. I did like the chorus, but it gets repetitive quickly, and I wish something more was done with the bridge. I don't think it's gonna get better than this, honestly. I hate to say it, but I feel like we are gonna keep getting these disembodied songs which make no sense, cause that's gonna be their thing. I do hope I'm wrong though. Obviously the girls have a bunch of potential, but they are given nothing to work with. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.